Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Riot here. We're going to start our new week on maths. I want to say thank you so much for those of you who emailed your work into us last week. We saw some amazing work and Peter, you're working very hard at home, so keep that up and keep the great work coming to us via email. So we're going to start off this week's learning by recapping on our knowledge of converting between millimetres, centimetres and meters, because this will be very useful for our new topic, which we're starting tomorrow, which is perimeter. So before we start, make sure you have a pencil and a piece of paper to write on. Right, so let's move on. So to start the lesson off, have a look at this. So as you can see here, I have some abbreviations and here I have the units of measurement. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and try to match up the correct abbreviation to the unit of measurement. Have a go at doing that now. Okay, so these are the right answers. cm is for centimeters, mm is for millimeters, km is for kilometers, and m is for meters. Well done to those of you who got them right. Right, so today we're going to be recapping on our learning from last week. To start, let's try to remember which operations we needed to carry out the conversions between millimeters, centimeters, and meters. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. So to convert between millimeters to centimeters, you divide by 10. And to convert between centimeters and meters, you divide by 100. Now to go the other way, to convert between meters and centimeters, you multiply by 100. And to convert between centimeters and meters, you multiply by 100. Now this is a good page for you to keep going back to, just to remind yourself. If you want to jot this down on your piece of paper so you just have it there, that'll probably be very helpful. So pause the video and do that if you need to. Now, let's start with converting between millimeters to centimeters. Now, you'll remember you need to divide the millimeters by 10 to get the centimeters. So let's try this. To convert 40 millimeters into centimeters, we should divide 40 by 10. So 40 divided by 10, so that's not very good, divided by 10 equals 4 centimetres. Well done if you got that right. Now, if you want to practice this, then please convert these millimetres into centimetres. However, if you feel fairly confident, you can forward the video to the next slide. For those of you who did try to work these out, these are the answers. So 100 millimetres equals 10 centimetres, 25 millimetres equals 2.5 centimetres, and 210 millimetres equals 21 centimetres. Well done for those who got them right. Now moving on to converting from centimetres to millimetres, here you have to multiply the centimetres by 10 in order for you to work out what the millimetre equivalent is. Let's do this example together. So here we have 3 centimetres. In order to find out or convert that into millimetres, we need to multiply 3 by 10. What is 3 multiplied by 10? That's right, it's 30 millimetres. Now, if you want to have more practice, please try to convert these centimetres into millimetres. If you are feeling quite confident and you don't think you should do this step, then please move on to the next slide. For those of you who are working them out, 6 centimetres is 60 millimetres, 7.5 centimetres is 75 millimetres, and 12 centimetres is 120 millimetres. Moving on to converting centimetres to metres. Now you remember we have to divide centimetres by 100 to get the metre. So here we have 200 centimetres. You have to divide that by 100 to work out how many meters that is equivalent to. So 200 centimeters divided by 100 doesn't equal 1 meter, it equals 2 meters. Now, to convert meters to centimeters, you have to multiply the meters by 100 to get the centimeters. So what does 5 meters equal? 5 times 100 equals 500 centimeters. Now, try this one over here. Pause the video. What is 4.5 meters equivalent to in centimeters? That's right. 4.5 meters is equivalent to 450 centimeters. Now, I would like you to complete your main task. And I don't want to remind you not to forget to take a picture of your work and send it to the email at year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. I'm going to show you the sheet that you will find if you go onto this website. You click onto online learning year 3, and then you'll see a document that has a title Maths Task 27th of April 2020. You click into that, you'll get this sheet in front of you. So as you can see, question 1 is asking you to order meter, kilometer, millimeter, and centimeter, starting with the smallest to the largest, followed by the abbreviations for millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer. And the first task we did before we started the lesson should have given you some clues. If you're a bit stuck, then feel free to rewind the video and have a look to help you out. And then these questions number 3 to 8 ask you to work out how many millimeters there are in centimeters and how many centimeters there are in meters. So please write the calculations here next to the questions and work out the answer. The next section asks you to carry out some more conversions. And this section asks you which measurement is bigger, 1 centimeter or 9 millimeters, 5 centimeter or 5 meters. If you remember from last week, what can help in these situations is where you can convert the measurement so that you're dealing with 1 unit of measurement. So for example, 5 centimeters or 5 meters, which is the bigger one? And last but not least, questions 11, 12, and 13 ask you to order these measurements from smallest to largest, and that would be ascending order. Now, I did an example of, I think we did this on Thursday's lesson. So if you're a bit stuck, go back to the YouTube playlist, find the lessons from last week. This is a revision day, just so you make sure you have fully grasped how to carry out the correct conversions. So I'm going to take you back to the page showing the email, and here's the email here, year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. So once you have completed the sheet, please write down your answers. You don't have to print the sheet off. You can simply write your answers down on a piece of paper, write down today's date, the LI, the answers, take a picture on your phone and send it across this email. And I cannot wait to see your amazing work. So keep it up. And I will see you tomorrow to start a new topic of perimeter. Take care. Bye bye.